Hello everyone, this is umonox, and in today's tutorial I want to show you how you can create some ambient chords on the analog rhythm which sound like this. Okay, to begin with, let's create a new project so that everything is reset. I'm using those tracks down below here to create those chords because those three they can sound at the same time, and since I want a triad chord, it works out for me. So I'm using those three right here, and you can use those up as well because they have some melodic sounds on them too, some melodic machines. But I'm using those one down below here. They are sufficient for this purpose right now. So, okay, let's start that out. Now first we have to select a machine that we want to use. Now I'm choosing the PD Classic because the PD Classic has a waveform selector where I can select different waveforms. And its decay time is also pretty long, so it can last for quite long. And to prepare the machine, I'm turning down the transients so that I don't hear anything. I turn the decay up to the maximum and the sweep depth as well as the sweep time down to 0. Sweep depth together with the sweep time and this tuning will actually create that kick. So I bring the tuning up to plus 63, and when I now hit this button, watch what happens. Constant sound. And this is what we want. We will shape this with the amplitude envelope. So let's actually move into this section right now and bring up the attack so that we have a fade in. I'm not so sure what I do with the decay because this is actually not really a decay here. It's a decay for as long as the hold time is not set to auto. When the hold time is set to auto, the length of the trick is actually determining how long the sound will play. And the decay, yeah, it's more like a release here. So I'm turning it down, and yeah, let's bring the decay, let's bring the hold time up. So making it fixed, let's try that. Yeah. I have to time this with the sequencer now. So first things, I go in and set the tempo. I'm recording. So I cannot change the tempo anymore, sorry. Usually I would do this with 30 BPM or something like that. So let's stick with 50. I place a trick on the sequencer and let's play this thing. And this is just for timing purposes now. Let's play it back. Go to the trick page and I set the length for the note to be like 15. And now right here I have to adjust the hold time so that it really stops at that point. Let's try that out. Not really. It's exceeding the 16 steps, and you can hear a click once a new trick comes in, and this is what I want. This is what I try to prevent here. So I'm turning down the hold time even further. Let's try that out. Yeah, and that's too short, so let's increase it a little bit. Yeah, stopping almost before this trick 16. Okay, that's okay. So now that we have the sound, we can try to check how the different waveforms sound. I'm not sure which one I want to use, so let's first go to the filter now and let's turn this down and bring the resonance up a little bit to, I don't know, like 37. Let's try that out. This is pretty mid-heavy already, but it's going into the direction where I want it to be. So that's basically the fundament of the sound itself. So yeah. Next thing we need the reverb, and we need quite a lot of it. So I bring up the decay time of the reverb right here to roughly about 100, maybe not 100 directly, just 95, so that it's not too long. And now I turn it up right here to somewhere around 90. Let's have a listen. Yeah, this could work already. Okay, now that I have my sound ready the way I want it, I save it. So I go to the sound manager and say store track sound. So the sound is saved, and I can now load it to the individual tracks. So okay, 3 times the same sound. This is what we need. Okay, from here on we have different ways of making this thing a little bit more exciting. So first thing is I could use the LFO and let it work on the filter. And this is what I do. So I select the filter frequency on this one. Maybe speed multiplier of 4 so that it's a little bit slower. Also I set the start phase to 1 so that it starts pretty much, yeah, where the shape is starting right here. And the mode to 3 is okay. And now it's about try and error how it works out. So let's try +7. That's probably a little bit too strong, so let's bring it down. Something like that. We can adjust that later and bring this cutoff down a little bit. Yeah. And on the other tracks I basically do the same. Set this to the filter frequency and something like +3 and do this on 4. But this time I'm choosing a different start phase. And once we are done creating the chords, you will notice that this will definitely change it. It will make the sound a little bit, yeah, more alive, so to say. Something like that. And the start phase set right here. So yeah, now it's about time to create the actual chords, and I can do this in a variety of different ways. I can put some MIDI data in and record this live in the sequencer. There's also the way to work on the tuning of the individual oscillators. There's a tuning table available for this, by the way. A guy who goes by the name of William Wild has created this tuning table, and this can be found over at Elektron Analog Rytm. I will post a link into the description. But I'm a lazy guy, so I'm just trying to get it done by ear, thanks, with the chromatic mode. So let's put the first chord in. This is the root note. Now I go to the second track and I try. Probably this one could work. Now on the next track, try it out. Maybe this one. And let's try out how it sounds. Yeah, it's very strong due to the filter settings, so I bring the filter down a little bit more, like 30? Probably, I have no clue. Usually when I do such stuff, it's always just trial and error, you know. So I bring this down, let's have a listen. It's a little bit quieter now. So let's bring it up a little bit. Some of you have, by the way, some of you have asked me in the comments if I could do stuff and dial on the knobs at the same time while the sequencer is running. I have to admit that I'm usually not working that way. Because I rather try to set those parameters in the first place and then hit play and see how it sounds. Because sometimes you can find sweet spots that way, which you might have not noticed while you're dialing on the knobs and everything is playing. This is just my own experience, so that's the reason why I'm usually not doing this. So okay, let's try this out. Still a little bit too quiet. So let's bring it up even further to, I don't know, 39. Because the resonance is up. It's quite sensitive in that area here, you know. So I'm just trying it out. And now the cool thing is on the different tracks I can set different things here. I can increase the speed on this one. And maybe even decrease it on this one. And have some alternation going on, you know. We can go much further and we can set this one to be a random thing, by the way. For example, it could be random. Turning this down a little bit and trying this out. This can go way over the top, as you can see. Or basically here. Something like that, for example. And now to get those chords in, I'm literally doing the same thing. I hit function and page to extend the pattern page. Yeah, now it's a matter of programming those chords in. And if you don't want to see this, skip to the time that I'm actually showing you on video now. So yeah, did you hear the final result? Okay, so let's go in and let's create the chord progression. It's trial and error, as I said. So I go to the first track where my root note is. Go down. This is cool, I guess. Now this one is sitting here. Just trying out stuff. I have no clue if that could sound. It's a little bit weird. Probably this one. Nah, that's totally weird. I think this is the right note, but this one seems to be not right. Let's try it on this one. Something is not right. That's right, as it seems. I have no clue. And this basically happens all the time when I do things like that. I'm trying around and trying to figure out which notes should be played, so Yeah, this doesn't work out. Definitely not. Oh, finally! Finally it works out. Now let's find the next one. Really, you can trust me. It's the same process. When I do this stuff for my live jams or anything, it's the same process all over the place. I'm not doing it differently. I really spend so much time on creating this shit. Probably here. That's okay, but one note is a little bit too high, and I assume it's this one. Probably has to be here. Yep. And now I want to do just some sort of an inversion here. So the lower two notes should stay on the same spot. So where's that note? It's here. And where's that note? Where's that note? It's here. And this note is sitting right there, so I'm bringing it up, I think. Somewhere here. I think this sounds good. I probably have to take this track up a little bit as well. Let's try that out. Yeah, it doesn't work, so I need to take this root note up as well. Basically to this spot again. Yeah. So here you have it. And from there on you can try different things. You can completely switch the machines. I'm trying to switch the waveform now. So I'm selecting this waveform, this track, and with this waveform. Here I want to keep the waveform. And here I want to switch it right here. So let's have a listen how this could sound. Not so totally different, because on this track we have this LFO with some sample and hold stuff, basically, with the filter going on. So I might switch this one down so that it's not so bright, and instead do this. Let's have a listen. Yeah, it's changing the sound a little bit. Let's try to work on the resonance a little bit. It's still a little bit too bright in my opinion. Let's switch all the waveforms down. Let's try that out. Something like that, I think. And from here on, I can obviously go in here and do a performance and work on the filter frequency on this performance a little bit, bringing it up slightly to, I don't know, plus 17. Maybe not so much on this one. This has the sample of hold thing to it. Let's try that out. Yeah, probably something like that. I think you got the idea. You can try out different synth engines, but you need those which allow really long decays, and it's the BD Classic in particular, which does allow some pretty long decays. I don't know if the BD Hard does allow that as well. You have to try it out, and yeah, basically that's what we can do. And I hope you like it, and we see us in the next video. Bye!